And last one is fairness. This is a value that indicates the person's concern for impartiality and fairness for all the concerned. It means in a community where people are being treated fair, everyone works together, solve problem easily, has fun, cares for one another, feels safe and gets along. That is a way that many people want to live. It should be important to a person to act with fairness kasi mas maganda yung walang angatan, walang pataasan, mas maganda is equally. And if you do this, people will respect you and trust you more. So,
So next is the individual versus organizational values. Organizations have values that may or may not be compatible with the values of the individual workers. So, sinasabi dito na hindi lahat ng isang organization ay compatible yung values sa mga members nito. So, there is a value incongruence. It means it means yung mangyayari doon na magkakaroon ng incongruence dun sa isang organization na yun kapag may mga incompatible dun sa values ng isang organizational. So, as a result of such incongruence, conflicts may arise over such things as goals or the manners in which the goals will be achieved. So, yung magiging result nun, sabi dito, magkakaroon ng hindi may iwasan na magkaroon ng isang conflicts. So, yun, next. So, ito yung chart para mas maiintindihan nyo kung paano yung organizational values. So, yung organizational values, kapag congruent, it means yung congruent, compatible siya dun sa values ng mga tao na member nito. So, ang magiging kalabasan nun is positive feelings. So, dito naman sa kabila, kapag yung organizational values na incongruent dun sa sa individual values. Yung incongruent, it means that, incompatible siya. Parang, hindi siya swak dun sa values ng isang tao or members ng isang organization. So, ang magiging result dun, magkakaroon ng conflict. So next is exposed versus enacted values. So the exposed values are what members of the organization say they value. So ito yung mga sinasabi ng isang member or ng isang individual kung ano yung binavalue niya. So ito yung mga iniisip niya kung ano dapat yung value niya. So and then in enacted values, ito yung mga reflected in the actual behavior of the individual members of the organization. Ito naman yung nare-reflect kung paano ka gumalaw or kung ano yung ginagawa mo sa isang sa isang bagay na nakikita ng iba. Next. Ang gulo ko mag-isip. So next is the instrumental and terminal values. Terminal values represents the goal that a person would like achieve in his or her lifetime. Ito yung values na goals ng isang tao na gusto mong ma-achieve. So, and then, dun sa instrumental values naman, ito yung nagre-refer to the preparable models of behavior or means of achieving the terminal values. So, ito naman yung behavior ng isang tao kung paano or kung ano yung way niya, paano niya ma-achieve yung goal niya. So, yun. Next. So next, ito yung example ng instrumental values and terminal values. Sa instrumental values, ito yung mga ambition, honesty, self-sufficiency, courage, forgiving nature, helpfulness, self-control, independence, obedience, open-mindedness, cleanliness, affection or love, politeness, rationality, responsibility, competence, cheerfulness, intelligence, imagination. Sa terminal values naman is yung mga happiness, pleasure, self-respect, freedom, world peace, equality, achievement, inner peace, beauty and art and nature, family security, salvation, friendship, nature, love, wisdom, prosperity, national security, social respect, exciting and active life. So next is attitudes. Attitudes are important in the study of human behavior. This is so because they are linked with perception, learning, emotion, and motivation. So yung attitudes are also form of the basis for job satisfaction in the workplace. So dito, masasabi na yung attitude mo, ito yung magiging personality mo or kakalabasan ng personality mo pag nasa workplace ka na ito yung gagamitin mo para sa mga trabaho mo. Which mean, dapat yung attitude mo maayos para mas maayos yung mga pakikitungo sa'yo ng ibang tao dun sa magiging trabaho mo in the near future. And then, not attitudes are feelings and beliefs that largely determine how employees will perceive their environment, commit themselves to intended action, and ultimate behave. And also, attitude reflects how one feels about something. So, next is the main component of attitudes. The cognitive components of an attitude refers to the opinion or belief segment of an attitude. So, ito yung cognitive. Cognitive, which mean, ito yung mga perception or judgment ng isang tao sa isang bagay or sa mga nakikita niya sa ibang bagay, sa mga nakikita niya sa kapaligiran. And next is the affective components of an attitude refers to the emotional or feeling segment. Ito yung mga ito yung affective, which mean, ito yung mga moods or feelings mo na nare-reflect dun sa mga nakikita mo. And last one is the behavioral components of an attitude. Refers to the intention to behave in a certain way towards someone or something. Ito naman yung behavior mo, yung way of behavior mo na based dun sa mga nakikita mo or sa mga nafe-feel mo. So next, and last, this is the example ng components ng attitude para mas lalong maintindihan ng bawat isa. So, nandito yung cognitive, affective, and behavioral. Sa cognitive, ito yung magiging evaluation ng isang tao. Tapos, affective, ito yung feeling. Tapos, sa behavioral, ito yung action. Dun sa cognitive, which is the evaluation, ito yung example doon. Bali, yung isang tao, may sinasabi siya na, my boss is fickle-minded. Na he cannot stuck on the decision. So, yung feeling niya dun, naiinis na siya dun sa boss niya. Kaya ang sabi niya, I hate my boss. Tapos, dun sa behavioral or action na ginawa niya, nagpapa-request siya ng transfer. So, ang sinabi niya dun, I am requesting for a transfer. So, yung magiging result dun is dun sa attitude na yun, sa attitude ng isang taong yun, is magiging negative attitude towards the boss.
So that's all. Thank you for listening.